Right. Okay. So we're going to be looking at just making a brand new game file, right?
Yep.
Oh, they've changed the screen. Last made a game.
Because I created the previous projects, right?
Oh
Above
yes.
the jam
Okay,
and the
that's
thing.
true.
Funnel runner.
So, are we going to go with anything as a default, or go on blank?
Blank?
Yeah. CPP project.
Yeah, we don't need that here.
Content. Do we might want a sphere or something? Content doesn't really matter here.
Sphere is not in the started content.
Oh, is it not?
It's a part of Unreal built-in primitives thing.
Well, like skybox and stuff like that.
No, still not included in starter content.
Okay, bro.
One.
Let's just call it that. Hey there, Gamedev. Using CPP-based project live. No one has any idea how to cure in. What do you mean by that? Oh, is it no one knows how to code in UE4? Yeah, Ferlin and Merlin both in chat. Anyway, let's create this project. And yeah, we'll just go through it. We'll need to do a little bit of setup, get some things in. Start working. Control then. Time.
You forgot?
We want to create a controllable, something that we can control, right? So it's going to be a case of just setting up a scene, very basic scene where we have just a floor and a spawn point. So, whatever it starts with by default. Don't care about setting. This is perfect for us. Don't need anything more fancy than that. We might end up having to change our game mode to spawn the object that we make instead of one. Basically, nice to see. Yeah. I was going to ask how the crabs are and realized that can't. Basically's been going to the beach in the morning, placing her crabs. Okay, so crabs go to. Okay. So, in content, create some folders and that for our assets, right? What would you normally call your? I guess I need the text separately. But I think we said that batch it up file as a. So let's first off just would you have your models and animations in different?
Yes, but no. I mean,
because your
it's
animations.
because the own animations are also meshes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's just make a meshes folder and then we'll character work. So I think I can drop to My voice is getting cut out. Thank you. Cuts out during sentence. Sort that out.
Is it his voice or my voice?
No, my one is. It is something.
My voice and a high voice.
Okay, so. Oh. Like if the open. The threshold is. The lower it is. Like if I have it down here, it is always open. Yeah, I was going the wrong way. My bad. So we'll have it. I think this should be around right. I'll go for 25. I did change it down just a moment ago, thinking, but I moved it the wrong direction. So that's probably the issue. Okay, yeah. Feel free to give me more feedback during the stream if it messes up a bit. Thank you both for letting me know. And if you hear every single like mouth breathing noise now as well, feel free to let me know if that's a bit annoying. Okay, so the import settings that we have here then, we want the mesh, geometry and skin weights, the skeleton. Should we have the skeleton separate?
So what do you mean? It will
it'll make a skeleton for us, right?
Yes.
And then does it mean for future ones we can just reuse that if we want?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not importing any animations here, and the rest we can keep.
Oh, we're not ticking this.
Wait.
Oh, what? Are we not?
We're not ticking it yet.
I've dragged all of them in though, just saying, right?
Did you?
Yeah. I can hit cancel then. That's fine.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just do the the T-pose on its own first, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's grab the T-pose. Get that in. Okay, so for this one, it'll generate a skeleton. We can use that skeleton for the rest of them then, I guess, right?
Yes.
It's not an animation. We'll keep everything else the same.
I'm not sure, but we can do it later. I mean, probably the scale won't be anything that we like. But
okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go import. So now it's created for us then a material.
You can try dragging
texture.
Drop that T-pose thing.
This one.
Call it T-pose, by the way. But yeah, okay. The scale looks nice, right?
Yeah, it does. Oh, it's what's happened to the back of the head? Come on, load. I swear I painted the back of your head. We're gonna give it more time to, and the rest of his body. Oh. Maybe the version I saved didn't have the.
Yeah, maybe the.
But we can update the character texture, right? We don't need to do it all again.
Yeah.
And I guess if we go to view references here, this will. Oh, it's not used in anything apparently, but it clearly is. It's very annoying that I didn't save last time properly. But okay, whatever. It's fine. We just got to deal with this for now.
So you're not sure you have the latest texture in your file system somewhere?
Well, let's go and have a look. No, I've got one texture, which is this, which doesn't have the rest of the body. It's so annoying. Like, I swear I pressed save. I know you told me about, like, oh, you need to be careful saving it. But it seems very... Any textures, I wonder, that have been auto-saved?
Well, here it looks nice. Okay. In this file.
Yeah. You are right.
When you look at the texture...
maybe we need to change the texture. Save it here, you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
But then, this is the file I used to export. Do we need to save this again? How do you even...
click UV and save image as.
UV.
Are you in the UV edit mode? It's...
Save that, or maybe save image as. And then I'll override the last one.
You can. Okay. You're not importing the files into. You didn't copy the files into a project folder, right?
No, I just copied the model. I just took the T-pose thing and dragged it
Okay. Well,
into...
let's create a textures folder in the project and maybe import it in it.
I'm going to override the last one because I don't need half a bloody thing anyway. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
we saved that. I don't think this will... well, actually, we can go refresh or something in here, can't you? Re-import. Yeah, there we go. It's updated the file location, so that'll do. Cool. Yeah, that did the job. So there we go. Wonderful. He has a back of a head and pants to go with it. Instead of that UV pajamas that he had. Okay. So that's the first step. We've got this. Would we then separate these out into textures, meshes, mod? I don't know what people do. I don't know what the right process is. I guess it doesn't matter if we don't know.
Let's see. So when we import the animations here, it will use the mesh and was it importing the mesh again? I'm trying to remember. Well, let's try and see. Let's try to import only one animation, shall we? And then we can reorder the structure of the folder.
Yeah, so we're trying to get the what do you call it one, the idle one, because that's the kind of default that we'd want anyway. So I'm just going to drag that animation in the FBX file that we got from that Mixamo. Hey, Littlewood, by the way. And there we go. Right, so the skeleton, it's already worked out that it needs the same one. You can select the skeleton you import animations on. Yeah, by there. Oh. Sorry, dude, I was talking. What did you say?
We want to import animations this time.
Right, okay. So we click on this.
And we can also skip importing the skeletal mesh.
Yeah. So we just say, oh, what about the mesh as well? Untick that.
What do you mean mesh?
There's on my screen, there's a box.
Oh, okay. No. We're not importing any mesh. We only want to import the animation.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, so we'll stick with the exported time. I'm guessing all of these are the same. I'm just going to scan over some of the names of these things in case it looks like it's important. But
so as you can see, when we untick the import mesh, it changed from import animations to here.
Oh, what the? What? Okay, we got rid of that. We did. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confused a moment. If I untick import mesh in this box, it then changes. No, it gets rid of the choice of us to import a skeleton, and then just asks us which one we're using. I think. Right. There we go. Okay.
Also, same with the animation. It changed the content of animation tab.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see, but things were shifting around quite a bit. Ferlin, I do appreciate the advice in that. The only thing I'd request you do is if you say things like that, or yes or no or whatever, just try and say specifically what you're on about, because with delay, sometimes I don't see the chat for 30 seconds and then I forgot what I was doing then. But very much appreciate you trying to get involved and help. Okay. Okay, so it seems all legit. I don't think there's anything obvious for us to change. So we're just going to press import. And all we got was the idle, and it's an animation sequence. That is all. Excellent. Okay, so we've now added just a mesh, and the mesh is set up to use the material, the texture, and the skeleton. And what's this? A physics asset. Okay, is that the rigid kind of body then, or is that a...
Yes.
Right, okay, cool. That kind of...
So you can add capsule colliders, for example, for each bone in that asset.
Right. Interesting.
Or add sockets.
Yeah, so it's made like a general one. Perfect.
So I can't see your...
What's wrong with... Am I not sharing or...
No,
Is it?
you are, but it's just like shitty resolution.
Oh, the quality of it.
Try simulating it.
If you want for now, dude, stop sharing your screen. It might improve the quality.
Let's try it.
It means you're not uploading and downloading at the same time. We'll see if it helps. And we can also try and change the server location to somewhere a bit more central between us, maybe as well.
It should be central. What is it right now?
I can't see.
Let me check.
Oh,
No,
Europe, it just says.
it's Europe. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, what else?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Russia?
Okay.
No. Try
Okay.
simulate.
What did you say, sir?
There's a simulate button in that window. Simulate. On the right, top right.
Top right. Simulate, yes. You want me to just press it?
Yes.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I like how the head just falls onto the body.
I'm still happy, mate.
So he's just been stabbed in the belly.
Oh, my neck is not powerful enough to hold this head up.
Okay. That's interesting. So you attach these capsules to the different parts of the bones, though, by the looks of it, or the skeleton thing.
Yeah, so on the very bottom right, there's a button called Regenerate Body. So you select all of the bones and click Create Bodies there. Yeah, Add Bodies. Just select non-select. Don't select the first one. The first one, and select the rest.
That's on. So not the meta rig. Do you say everything else though?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess that's the way.
Like that?
No, it's not. I mean, I think you need to avoid selecting the root bone somehow. Then it says, it will show up add bodies instead of regenerate bodies. No, this is not the result we need.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Is it just these?
Try to select five or six of them in the middle of the list. I'm
Are
sure
we just sorry, dude? Are we selecting these bones?
Everything you see, yeah.
Okay, add bodies for those. Yeah, it says.
Yeah.
So do you want me to try and do it for individual bits?
Yeah, like try from spine something to the very bottom.
That works. That works. That works. That still works. So it might be when we go over some of the existing ones.
I think it starts from spine 002 or 2. Not sure.
Yeah, you can see these are different elements, and I think we add that one in. It still says add body on that. If I
Okay.
oh, but what the? Oh no, it's because these aren't selected. It's just if I do all of these, it'll stop. Right. Okay. So
you can also try selecting all, then unselecting from top. That's a better approach, maybe.
I don't know if it's just not the ones that already have these
maybe
things in there. Possibly. If we select all and then we go and select that and that, well, it just scrolls down every time I click flipping UE.
Flipping UE.
Okay, yeah, it says add body now. Oh, do we get rid of what's the? No, we don't want to get rid of that. What did you say, dude? I can't hear you very well.
Let's try add bodies now.
Okay.
It will be silly this way, but
is this gonna give like? Okay, so. Oh gosh, it's like he's been captured by a Pokeball.
And having all those selected, so can you scroll down the top right inspector a little? So it says primitives. Yeah, there, and capsules. And yeah, once you have all selected, can you play with the radius? I mean, it says multiple values, but try typing 0.2, for example. No,
Okay.
0. No, not 0.2.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I mean, try this. Yeah,
It feels
it's difficult this way. I mean, you have to do this manually. Maybe generating these are a good start. But yeah, I'm not really experienced in this in
yeah,
this
no,
part.
that's okay, man. I don't expect you to know everything about it. But okay, so what we're doing though, this process generally is we need to generate capsule or collision objects associated with the mesh, right? And this is used for physics in terms of how it should move and how the bits are connected to it, like ragdoll physics, essentially, right?
Yes. You can also do things like, yeah, for example, select the head thing, the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And scroll up the top right. Yeah. And it says, I cannot read, but physics type, I guess. Can you change that to kinematic?
Physics type kinematic. So does that mean it's never going to move kinematic?
Yes.
Oh, where did his head go? I
I mean,
mean,
this works properly in the play mode, but not in this physics as a simulation, I guess.
yeah, interesting. So I feel that we should probably go back to how it was, right?
I mean, we won't be using this, so
Okay.
never mind. Because this only works when you have the simulate physics on in the skeletal mesh, but we will be using a capsule collider.
Oh, right. Okay. So this is if you wanted very like specific physic bodies for the state of your animation, like
Yeah,
associating it with
for
the
for
arms.
yeah, for bones to override the animation, the bone physics to override the animation, right?
Oh, it would change the animation as well. I was just thinking for the sake of like detecting collisions and stuff like that. So you could shoot someone in the arm if they're running.
Yes, you can also do that.
Yeah.
But you can also do that with custom uh, collider
Oh yeah, you can just
components.
say, "Have I collided with the mesh?" Isn't it? Right. Well, actually,
Yeah,
no.
and
'Cause
socket them in the bones. You can add sockets here. So when you go to spine 003 and right click on it, for example,
yeah,
it says add socket somewhere.
add
Doesn't
replace bodies.
maybe on another component. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. Try again.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Is
But
yeah.
I
I'm not
added
too sure.
sockets from there.
Okay.
I know there is something called sockets here.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine if
Actually,
we're
you
not sure.
can
It's
use the bones as sockets. I guess automatically. I'm not sure, but that could be it. Well, that's not our main focus here, but yeah,
yeah.
there's that.
So okay, so this was that is just something that will control the way the body responds to physics. Instead of using each of the bone as an equal weighted thing, you can set up
Okay,
properly weighted
right,
things.
right in this screen. So you have the T-pose object selected, right? That's our um, pawn. Is it a pawn? No, yeah,
No.
it is a skeleton, so it's a pawn. I mean, what's on the scene? Yeah, that one.
So yeah, it's I don't know if it has a pawn class associated with it. Skeletal mesh or does it? I haven't
Is
looked at
the,
the code of it before.
can't you see the parent object of it?
Um, no. Skeletal mesh component. Parent class actor.
It's an actor. Okay, it's an
It's just
actor.
an
It's not.
actor with a mesh component. Yeah, so it's not quite a
Okay.
pawn. So we'll need to make a pawn and then give it this as a mesh, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
sweet.
I. You want to do it right now? Okay.
No, we don't have to do it right now. It was just making sure I understand how we're going to do it.
Create a pawn from the. I mean, from modes, and then we can replace it with a custom script, C++ file.
You said we can do it from where? Sorry, modes.
Modes, like empty actor, empty character thing on the
Oh,
bottom.
from this thing. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So we could make
It's
an empty pawn, you're saying, right? And then
yes.
we add one of these in, and then we give it for our skeletal for the mesh. Or we'd have to add a. Actually, no, a pawn should have a mesh thing on it, shouldn't it? It doesn't seem to.
No, it doesn't have to have a mesh. No,
Not
not
a
necessarily.
controllable. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so it could just
We
be a
will
camera
have
you're
a
controlling.
skeletal mesh and a capsule collider, I guess.
Yeah, skeletal mesh in there, and then we'll also add a capsule collider. Collision. Do we want one to be parent to the other, or both
The
siblings?
capsule collider should be the root component. That's what I learned.
Okay, great, like that. So, and then our skeletal mesh. Now we can have to choose one. Oh, sorry, I've got my output log down here for some reason, which is really ugly. So let's shift this around. Okay, skeletal mesh, and we only have one available. Fantastic. The offset is unpleasant. Let's get rid of the old one. So in terms of adjusting this, might just be, can we do it this way?
Maybe before repositioning it, are you happy with the collider, capsule collider scale?
As in, we might want to change it. It's hard to know when it's not next to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
I think
yes. I mean,
it needs, well, it's got enough for the body, but not the head, and it's around 60% if I remember. So we need to increase. But then if you do the scale, doesn't it scale the mesh as well?
no, not the scale. Capsule half
Ah,
height
here.
and
Yes, yes. That sounds great to me. So let's just take that up to 70
but still,
and
it's gonna
see how
do.
that looks. I guess I might just try and move it so I can just kind of see next to it at the moment. Okay, so 80 should do, I think. Flip's sake, sorry. Capsule. Do it around 80, and we need it to be a bit fatter then as well. Okay, that's probably going to be fine. So let's reset this back across and down.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, it's fine. So this is done. I mean, we're probably going to change this in the future because maybe we want to create the skeletal mesh in the code, which I don't like.
Okay, yeah, but as in, I know what you mean. Yeah, we'll make the component in the constructor, you mean, right?
In my project, I tried having a tag in the skeletal mesh component, and I referenced it through the tag in the code, cached
Right.
it. I was okay with that approach, but it's also ugly for some.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you have that skeletal mesh selected, I'm gonna show you something. So it says
Sure.
there's an animation tab.
Tab down here, you mean?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yes. Yeah, so it says use animation blueprint. For now, let's first try changing that to animation asset.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the drop down, you have
Choose that idle.
This way, it only plays that animation.
Okay.
So for objects that, like a tentacle, for example, in the background,
Yeah.
you're not gonna change its animation, and it's only play a single animation. This is
Yeah, so looping. If I press play, you can look at it and he's just idling. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay.
Okay, after this, we'll move on to animation blueprints. Maybe before that, we can add in the rest of the animations like we did.
That sounds a
for
plan. So try and do one at a time or we'll do one extra and then we can see if we can just do them in bulk after that. So we'll try and get walking in. Don't drag it in. We untick the, actually, to be honest, let's just get them all in at once. Walking, running, jumping. Great, grab those in. Okay, so we don't want to import the mesh here. There is the skeleton that we're using. And we didn't change anything else. So we can just go import all. We should now get a bunch of extra these darker green files here. It is nice that it color codes them based on the file type they are. I think it makes it slightly less to navigate times.
Yeah.